Hello, Lunchbox. This is Luke Metzler here, kicking it off with the first ever performance of the Lunchbox Anthem. Let's go. Lunchbox rocks my socks. Gonna get it cooking until it's hot. Help you run better so you can play. Give you some cash, don't it taste gourmet? At Lunchbox rocks my socks. Gonna get it cooking until it's hot. Help you run better so you can play. Save you some cash, don't it taste gourmet? Need some help at the restaurant so you can focus on the food when the lines get long. We know you serve it so tasty, spicy, sweet. Let me fix the back end so they can feast. Got solutions for your problems. Trouble with tech, you know I can solve them. Just keep cooking deliciousness. Keep cooking Lunchbox for the IT fix. Yeah, Lunchbox rocks my socks. Gonna get it cooking until it's hot. Help you run better so you can play. Save you some cash, let it taste gourmet. Yeah, Lunchbox rocks my socks. Gonna get it cooking until it's hot. Help you run better so you can play. Save you some cash, don't it taste gourmet? Yeah. Ooh! Lunchbox, we're getting it started hot. Let's keep the energy up with a classic. We had the first ever Lunchbox anthem, and now we're throwing it back. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man, no time to talk. Music loud and women warm. I've been kicked around since I was born. Now it's alright, that's okay. You may look the other way. We can try to understand the New York Times effect on me. Whether you're brother, whether you're mother, you're staying alive, staying alive. Feel the city shaking and everybody shaking, and we're staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive, staying alive. Staying alive. Oh, yeah. It's going nowhere. Somebody help me. Somebody help me. Now I'm kicking it over to the man, the myth, the legend, Nabil.
How you doing? Luke, thank you so much for that. That was awesome.
A pleasure, as always.
That song, is that original? Did we pay you for that? Did that happen?
You talking about the Lunchbox anthem?
No, the BG song. Can we?
Yeah, yeah. Exactly. That one was original. That one was original.
Love it. Thank you so much. That was so awesome. Thank you for always joining us. I feel like you're part of the company now.
I feel like a part of the company. In fact, you know, I've been filling out one of those forms on my taxes as part of the company. Nah, but hey, love Lunchbox. I'll play for y'all anytime.
Thank you so much. You're the man. All right, everyone. Q4 Lunchbox Summit. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for everyone who's put in all the awesome work on our end. We're going to go over some awesome stuff. We're going to go over some new product. We're going to go over all the things we've been working on. We will also hear from some incredible members here from the Lunchbox team. We switch it up all the time. You will listen to me very little, I promise. I know why you're here. You're here to listen to the product people. They're excited to show you everything they've been working on. You're here to listen to how we have improved communication with our partners. You're here to listen to what has worked, what hasn't. We're here to tell you a little bit about all of those things. So let's kick it off. We have a video for you because we'll have a lot of entertainment. We're also giving away what I think is the craziest giveaway ever. I know I promised shirt on social, but I have been known to change my mind. So that's happening. We're no longer giving away t-shirts. I think we have something better. But let's kick off. Let's set the tone for the rest of the summit. We have a new brand. We have a bunch of new product for you. And there's a new era. And we're really excited to go into 2022 super strong. So let's watch this video. Let's have all those tingly feelings, goosebumps, and then we'll hear from an awesome guest speaker. So let's kick off the video.
My man. to fly with me. Tube socks, boy, bout to pop the lunchbox. Tube socks, boy, bout to pop the lunchbox. Tube socks, boy, bout to pop the lunchbox. Tube socks, boy, bout to pop the lunchbox.
Back to my roots, beats to the broken hearted. Wake up, alarm is on, it's just getting started for the artist. No trolley, I get it right from the source. Corporate Marciano, heavyweight with the source. Air Jordan stomping on Diablo, El Dorado. I kick and I push. Lupe gave me the recipe, most definitely. Check the mathematics, never question me. I'm cooking for real, fakers are not impressing me. Let me tell you the deal, we breaking bread for the legacy free.
Like, come on, how good was that? Imagine being my partner. Like, she's had to listen and watch that one too many times. For my team who's heard it only 20 times, it could always be worse. And for everyone who's seen it, that was made by our incredible studio, Studio Freight, our design partners. At Lunchbox, we really care about how we look because we are shepherds of your brand, and we take that very, very, very seriously. So, if we cannot be a great brand ourselves, how can we go ahead and respect yours? So this is really important to us. And check out the people at Studio Freight. They do incredible work. They did Will Smith's, I think they did the Bad Boys movie website, and that's when they caught my attention, so I reached out to them. Let's talk about Lunchbox. Lunchbox is the operating system for managing your restaurant's entire consumer experience. Everything within the four walls is your point of sale system. Everything outside the four walls is Lunchbox. And we think there is no easier, clearer way to go ahead and, really put the focus on where does Lunchbox make a impact, right? Let's look at the agenda really quickly. What are we talking about on the next slide? We'll talk to the guest speaker. We have someone awesome, incredible that we're going to speak to. We're going to talk about some of our partners, and I promise you'll no longer hear from me after that. And then our product team will come talk about our product, highlights. We'll talk about our customer advisory council we're kicking off, the future, customer success, and end with our studio team. So that's the agenda. We're going to move this along very quickly. We know how busy you are. Time matters, and we're going to make sure we're very respectful of it. So let's kick off our guest speaker. I'm really, really excited to invite James Park on stage. James Park, founder of Wing Walk, member board of trustees of Aspen Academy, operating partner at Savory Restaurant Fun, ex-CEO at Garbanzo Mediterranean Fresh, fitness god, James Park. Where are you, sir? Can we bring you on stage? I want to see if you're embarrassed by that intro. You like it, hate it? How do you think? How did that go?
I'm good. I actually was just getting back from the gym, surprisingly.
Can we start with your workout routine? Everyone wants to hear about it. That picture, it cuts off your arm, but the full picture has a humongous bicep. Tell us about your workout fitness plan first before we kick off. I didn't make these questions up. This is by popular demand.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. And Nabil, you're always one to put people on the spot. So good. So I applaud that. You're very direct. My workout's pretty simple. I don't really talk much about it. I get up at 4:14 every morning, go to the gym by 5, and then I'm ready to start my day by 6:15. Easy as that. And really how I got into it. When I was in my 20s and I was consulting for a company called IBM, I was just watching all of the consultants sort of gain weight, present company included, and I just decided to make a lifestyle change. And the rest is history, and I don't have to think about working out, I waste my brain cells on it during the day. We just work out and then we rise and grind.
I love it. Thank you so much for joining us today. And James is one of our food tech council. He is a legend in the space. We were honored when we were able to bring him on and help advise us, not just bring his restaurant operator lens to the table, but also his MarTech experience. James, why did you decide to give us a shot and join us and join our tech council?
I like the direction that the product is going first and foremost, and I like the people behind it and the energy and the level of enthusiasm for what really should be the next evolution of ordering, CRM, digital tech stack. in the restaurant space. Everyone who knows me, and probably that's a lot of folks here at this point on this call, knows how passionate I am about tech and really making a seamless experience for the end user. But above that also is to do and to understand all of the different permutations and manipulations that technology allows us to do to really add great value to that user experience, right? And not just to get them to come back more. Ultimately, that is the byproduct of it.
Yeah.
But to get them to really engage with the brand on multiple levels, because people have a tendency to come in and oftentimes just buy the same thing over and over and over again, just like consumers when they eat food. I don't know if you're aware of this, but 95% of people use the exact same credit card to eat.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? And so we have a lot of data that we can leverage. And with the addition of, call it DTC and performance marketing in today's world, I think there's tremendous power in leveraging that technology. And so, when you asked me to join and I got to learn a lot more about what y'all are doing, I was enthused.
Got it.
And I think it's an uphill battle.
Yeah.
But someone's willing to take it. And whoever does, I think is going to change the face of how restaurants interact and consumers eat and interact with the brand.
Amazing. You and I both were operators. We share that. You obviously significantly more successful than myself with Garbanzo and Wing Walk. What do you think food tech people get the most wrong about being a restaurateur? What do you think food tech is not listening to? What part are we missing as we try to go ahead and service restaurateurs?
Yeah, well, I think it did a lot. Technology in general has always been top down, right? I talk about it all the time. It's developed by tech guys and then pushed down to the operators. And there are very few instances where it's really from the bottom up, made for an operator by an operator with tech folks, right? And when you see, quote unquote, and I'm going to be honest with you, operators develop tech, you ask them about their operational background and they were like, oh, I was the VP of marketing for I don't know, Johnny's Chicken Shop, right? And they really don't have true operating experience. So therefore, I think in this particular instance, there are folks that are listening to operators.
Yeah.
They want to help operators. There's a true passion for that, and not just create functionality that operators are asking for, right?
Yeah.
And one of the biggest challenges that I have with platforms today is the way that we actually interface or the consumer uses the experience, right? We ask for all of this information up front, and it just creates a hurdle and an obstacle. Whereas I think when you're talking about customer acquisitions, more importantly, that you want to get them really engaged on the sexy ads that you can really pinpoint to them, get them to interact with the brand, fill a cart, and then ask for that information, right?
Absolutely.
And not have to go through this laborious process before they even interact with your brand. So that's my long-winded answer of operations in tech and food tech.
Who's your favorite kid?
My favorite what?
You have how many kids? 2, right?
I have 4.
4. Which one do you like the most?
My public answer is all of them.
All of them. Okay.
I may rack and stack every once in a while, but that's equally as dynamic of a response on a daily basis.
You're an Asian parent. I know you have a favorite one. I know one you like the least. We'll go offline. We'll talk on WhatsApp. The COVID-19, in terms of COVID-19, you've seen so much happen from so many different lenses. As a technologist, as an operator, as an investor, any big change, mind shift change you've had during COVID? Any major epiphany?
I didn't hear the very beginning part of your question. I'm sorry.
During COVID, did you, as you know, because you have so many different lenses you see the industry from, did you have any change or any surprises based on COVID that you have gained in terms of knowledge from wearing all those lenses that you can see this industry from?
I mean, the biggest one, obviously, from an operations standpoint, is delivery, takeout, third party, frictionless, seamless. But the other piece that I think a lot of people just sort of finally are forced down to do is to really leverage technology to enable those features, right? And it was such a surprise when, after all this time of talking about the digital guest experience that so many of us, little did I know, because I can't eat every single brand in America, didn't even have didn't have the ability to even sell food online, right? So there was this mad dash. But on the consumer side, the behaviors, the expectations, that you should just be able to order online, to sign up for the rewards program, to refer a friend, all of those things. But what was really interesting, I would say, is that I think those new behaviors that people that you're seeing, all the generations across all generations now, are forced to learn it. They were forced to learn it over the last 2 years. My mother's ordering online, and I don't even know. I'm still emailing her Hotmail account.
That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. James, thank you so much for making time, some time for us. Thank you for not giving us an honest answer on who's your favorite kid and dodging that one like a true politician executive that you are. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? Anything I can answer? Put me on the hot seat for a second.
Yeah, Nabil, when are you getting married?
I'm getting married whenever my partner tells me I'm getting married. She owns this house. I'm merely a guest that very often has to end up on the couch because I get in trouble often. So as you can imagine.
I would have never guessed that, Nabil. Not in a million years, my friend.
James, you're the man. Thank you so much. Thank you for all your advice. Thank you for helping us understand the enterprise space and the restaurant space in general. Thank you so much for joining us. You're the man. I
appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Appreciate you. All righty. So thankful for James Park to advise our product team and our team in general and join us for a couple of minutes. I wanted to go ahead and really quickly talk about our partners before I hand off to our product team. These are the logos, some of the logos we work with. There's two things in common in all of them. They are emerging chains, brick and mortar, that are expanding faster than the speed of light. And the second group here are ghost concepts. Those are the two groups we serve, chains and ghost concepts. That's our bread and butter. Those are the logos we're proud to be associated with. I'm excited to talk about three of them really quickly. I wanted to start with Epic Kitchens. These are all customers that went live in the last few days. I love Epic Kitchen when I'm in Chicago. I love them because it's a mini marketplace. You can mix and match. You can get some Hawaiian fare. You can get some blue ribbon, and you can just go ahead and put it together, get it in one cart. My partner and I no longer get into a fight. She gets what she wants, which is vegan or vegetarian food. Yuck. And I get some food that is edible, maybe some meat, right? And I get to go ahead and do that at Epic Kitchens. I get to do that when I'm in Chicago. So proud to help them with this beautiful system we built for them. Next up, a local favorite, Sophie's Cuban Cuisine. Really excited. I always get the pernil with a side of yellow rice, sweet plantains, and beans. I'm in Queens, so whenever I go to the city, I still will try to get a little bit more Spanish food. Love. They are a New York City favorite and really excited to get more of their spicy green sauce. And next up, Seraphina. We love Seraphina, inspired by being lost at sea, dreaming of the perfect pizza, 34 locations across the globe. Incredible food. Just look at this incredible photos. They have amazing, reliable Italian food with great ingredients. I took my first vacation 2 years ago. Since 2 years, taking my first vacation, I was in Italy, came back, got Seraphina because I was craving some Italian food. So these are some of our partners. I'm so happy to highlight them. I can't believe we get to go ahead and help so many people who feed the world. It's an incredible feeling. It really is. Like, me, just like any other CEO or any other person who works at any other company, there's good days, there's bad days, there's days I'm not motivated. I will order from one of our restaurants, the food comes delivered, and it's like magic to me that everything we do works and really helps restaurateurs everywhere. So so proud of these partners. Please order from them and please order directly. Let's keep moving. I know why you're here. You're here to talk about product. I'm going to go ahead and show you a video that will get your juices flowing, and then Bob Black, our director of product, will join us. I'm so excited to hand off to him. The true star of the show. Last time Bob did a summit with us, he crushed it. And I pulled him into my office. I said, hey, take it easy. Chill out. Stop making me look bad. And especially do not go after me. He decided to come in and do it all over again. Absolutely disturbing. He's going to get written up second time today. But with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and let you watch this video. to show you all of Bob's and our product team's work on everything they've invested in the food hall, the virtual concept. So with no further ado, next slide, let's kick off the video.
All right. Thank you, Nabil. My name is Bob Black. I am the Director of Product here at Lunchbox, and super excited to talk to you about some highlights from Q3, as well as get a glimpse into what we're working on right now in Q4 that will carry us into the new year. So let's go ahead and get started. So what I want to do is really start out and focus on our integrations. We really continue to invest in our integrations for our restaurant partners so they have the flexibility to leverage the Lunchbox platform with their existing technology stack, and then utilize our integrations to improve their overall guest experience. In Q3, we actually tackled 2 integrations, Olo and Chally, that will enable Lunchbox to retrieve your menus from those platforms to display across your online ordering site, iOS and Android apps. And when guests place orders through those through your menu, we directly inject them into your point of sale, leveraging these partners. We're super excited about both of these integrations. Another integration that we tackled this past quarter is around guest experience, and that's with Flyby. And the way that Flyby works is that when that integration is enabled at your locations, we not only inject an order into your point of sale, but we also notify Flyby that that order has been received and provide your guest's phone number. That way you can use and leverage the Flyby tablets to interact with your guests via text message to give them status updates and let them know when they should get to your location to pick up that order. Again, another great integration to help enhance our customer and guest experience. We're going to change gears a little bit, and we're going to look at a very quick video around bank loyalty. That was actually a really quick video, but what you've seen there is really bank loyalty enables your guests to collect points over time with each order that they place at your restaurants. You as a restaurant have the ability to create unique rewards that a guest can redeem anytime using those points that they've collected. Ultimately, our bank loyalty product is a great way to drive engagement with your guests and really build that loyalty that you're looking for. We're going to transition and talk about some other projects that we've tackled here in Q3. And the first is around our marketplace. Next slide, please. Thank you. So over the past year or so, as our industry has really changed and morphed due to the pandemic, the need for ghost kitchens and marketplaces has really increased. And with that in mind, our team took a hard look at our marketplace to really evaluate what does the experience look like for guests as they're interacting with locations that may have 10 plus brands. And so with that, we really want to optimize that experience so that guests can have a way to really navigate those brands in a better way. So that's the introduction of our brand carousel. Along with navigating those brands, we want them to be able to discover brands more easily. So that brand carousel also helps that and enables them to not only see those brands, but interact with your menu and get into placing an order as quickly as possible. Another thing our team has tackled based off some feedback received from our restaurant partners is around offering a light version of our overall marketplace design for those restaurants that don't necessarily need or want a very heavy brand focused marketplace, but really have accents and logos and very light branding on it. And so that will, our new light version of this design will enable our restaurant partners to really leverage our marketplace and use that as a premium online ordering experience for their guests. Now, back in Q3, I talked to you about a lot of feedback we received around our custom tipping feature. Now, this was something that was available on our, next slide, please. This was something that was available in our online ordering site. And we heard feedback from our restaurant partners. They really wanted this across iOS and Android. Our team really took a look at this and really tried to evaluate the best way to introduce this feature across all of those platforms. So when your guest arrives at this point in the checkout process where they can provide tip, alongside those default tip amounts, there's now a custom button. When somebody enters in a dollar value, we're going to automatically calculate how much that tip represents against the total check from a percentage standpoint. Overall, we really are excited about this, and we truly appreciate the feedback that you've given us around custom tipping, and we're excited to roll this out in the very near future to every single one of our restaurants. We're going to transition and talk about some of the projects that our teams are focused on here in Q4. Ultimately, from a checkout flow and enhancement standpoint, we really are focused on reducing friction and improving overall guest trust throughout that checkout process. Our ultimate goal right now is to reduce abandoned cart rates, increase conversion, and really drive GMV. And the way that we're doing that and the projects we're focusing on this quarter are specifically around introducing progress indicators in the checkout flow so users know where they stand within that process. Alongside that, we want to improve how users are entering in their credit cards and really eliminate unnecessary steps, reduce errors, and really increase the likelihood that they're going to successfully place an order without any issues from a payment standpoint. And then finally, we want to simplify the overall checkout process. So we're going to introduce guest checkout along with the express one-click checkout that will enable your guests to get to that place order button as quickly as possible. Our goal is to really drive them as quickly as possible from adding something into that cart all the way down to clicking that button. Along the theme of increasing GMV, we're really focused on a project right now to roll out to all of our restaurant partners mobile payment and social sign-on. From mobile payments, what I'm referring to there is Google Pay and Apple Pay. And from a social sign-on perspective, it is Apple and Google. And what we found when we look at customers that have these features enabled, they have almost an 11% higher conversion rate than those that don't. So with that in mind, we want to really be that partner with you to help increase your GMV. We're putting together a plan right now that will enable these features across your online ordering site, iOS and Android apps. And our goal here is to really notify you in advance of what's happening when, so that you can ask questions and fully understand the impact and what this is going to do for your brands. Now, transitioning away from kind of increased GMV, we're really focused on a menu experience. And so next slide, please. And with that, we really understand that one size doesn't fit all when it comes to how you present your modifiers to your guests in your menu. And with that in mind, we're really taking an approach now in this quarter to start introducing the ability for you as a restaurant to really customize and tailor the overall experience and how you present modifiers out on your menu. And our first foray into this is around pizza modifiers. So if you have pizza modifier or pizza on your menu, we're going to give you tools through our admin dashboard that will allow you to select a certain modifier configuration where guests can go in and select a topping and determine what side of the pizza those toppings are on, along with how much of that topping they want. Over time, we're going to slowly introduce additional configurations so you really have at your fingertips tools that allow you to really optimize your menu for conversion. On a post-order standpoint, so when a guest submits an order, we're really going to be focusing on a project, next slide please, that will enable us to have more accurate ready times that we present out to your guests. So feedback we've heard from our restaurant partners through various customer interviews is that the ready times that a guest sees once they place the order, and even those times we're sending out to your delivery partners, aren't the most accurate. And so that's really because we're basing those ready times off of a location prep time that applies to all orders, no matter how many items are on that menu, along with whatever the prep time is. So through our admin dashboard, you're going to be able to enter in prep times on an item level basis. And then as that order is submitted, we're going to use those prep times to calculate a more accurate ready time that will communicate out to your guests as well as your delivery partners. Now, one thing I wanted to take a step back and talk about is data, not only reporting data, but customer data. So last summit, I talked about a platform our team is really building that's going to centralize our ordering, patron, and loyalty data and enable us to really build a robust reporting framework on top of it. And our goal here is to really evolve this framework to allow you as the restaurant to really explore and customize the data as you see fit. And we're going to give you tools that will enable you to build custom queries, just like you were writing queries against the database. Now, this framework and this reporting framework, we're going to release iteratively over time. And right now in Q4, we're going to introduce a new sales report within our admin dashboard that will allow you to see the overall reporting ordering health across your location. So we're super excited to get this in your hands. From a customer data standpoint, we understand that this data is king, especially in your engagement with your patrons. So we're going to build and kind of wrapping up, building out tools within our admin dashboard that will allow you not only to see this user data, but also to slice and dice it as you see fit. So for example, I want to see all of the users that have ordered from this specific location over this period of time. You're going to be able to do that and take those audiences and really use that to market them in a more personalized way to increase brand engagement, as well as drive that repeat business. Now, I want to take a step back and talk a little bit about our menu sync product. Over the last month or so, we've heard a lot of feedback from our customers, whether that's one-on-one conversations through support tickets, on issues that you've experienced with our menu sync product, to the point it's impacting operations at your locations as well as guest experience. We truly appreciate all of the open and honest feedback that you've given us around our menu sync product, and we take that to heart. When you reported those issues, our teams rally around them to ensure that our menu sync product was performing as it needed to make sure that your menus were as up to date as possible on your online ordering sites and in your apps. We have also prioritized as a company a team to stand up and evaluate our existing menu sync product and take a step back and really re-architect it with a focus on building out a more robust, scalable, and performant menu sync product that really addresses the underlying causes of the issues that we reported. So again, thank you so much for your feedback. We truly value as a partner, and we really appreciate the open and honest conversations that we have about how we're doing for you and vice versa. And then finally, I want to talk about some upcoming integrations that our team is tackling within Q4. As I mentioned before, Lunchbox is consistently investing in integrations that enable our restaurant partners to leverage our platform alongside their existing technology stack. This quarter, we're tackling 3 integrations. With Otter, we actually already had an integration from an ordering perspective, but recently they exposed a menu API to us. So now we're able to retrieve your menus from their platform to display across your online ordering site and mobile apps. And then we can leverage that existing integration to place that order against their platform to get it to your locations. We'll also be tackling an integration for Cubo. Like Otter, Cubo is an aggregator that's going to allow ghost kitchens, especially those that don't have a POS, to have a digital menu presence online and be able to receive orders at their locations. Like Otter, we're going to retrieve menus from their platform, as well as be able to inject orders to their system so that they can arrive at your locations. And then finally, we're building out an integration, a full integration that is, with Q Beyond POS. With this integration, we are able to retrieve locations, menus, discounts, and so much more, and really use that on our platform. So your menus, like those other integrations I mentioned, will be displayed across online ordering in your mobile apps, and we will directly inject those orders into QPOS to each of your locations. Now, all of these three integrations, are joining the Lunchbox family of integrations as a whole. And so these consist of integrations, direct POS, order aggregators, as well as last mile delivery partners, and even loyalty providers, and so much more. And I think that's everything I actually want to cover, Nabil. I'm going to turn the floor back over to you, so I think you're up again.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for your patience. We're hearing a remix right now. So on behalf of Nabil, I would love to turn it over to our guest today. And so, Yael, I'd love to bring you up. We've got you speaking with Dan, a very valued customer. He is a Forbes 30 Under 30 member, and he took a bet on Lunchbox when we were just a year old, and he is part of an exciting new initiative we have here at Lunchbox. So, Yael, I'd love to turn the floor over to you.
Hello. Any knocking in the background? No knocking? Everything sounds good? Excellent. Thank you so much, Rachel. Hi, Dan. Long time no see. We talked a couple days ago. Hi, everyone. I am the very new head of product here at Lunchbox. I've been here for about 30 days, and I just have to say the energy here is off the charts. It's been really incredible. And as you can see from everything that that Bob just showed off, I'm inheriting an amazing product group. So super, super excited. One thing I'm really, really stoked about is that Nabil told me that we're going to be putting together a customer advisory board. And Dan is our inaugural member. So Dan, thank you so much for being here today and for chatting with me.
Yeah, of course,
Dan,
my pleasure.
Just to kick us off, you are the Chief Wing Officer at Wings Over. Is that your correct title?
That's the one. Yeah, we try to keep things a little interesting.
Cool. So I know we're both Brooklynites now. Tell me a little bit about your background. Where'd you grow up? Did you always want to be Chief Wing Officer?
Yeah, great question. Family's originally from Mexico. I went to school for hospitality, ended up moving to New York, and had the chance to reopen one of my favorite restaurants when I was in college, and ended up taking over the whole company a few years ago, and so have been reimagining every part of the brand for the last over 4 years now. And we have a great team spread out throughout the country. We have 40 locations. We do chicken wings, chicken tenders, delivery, pickup, takeout. All of that good stuff. So we stay busy for sure.
You're making me very hungry. That's great. So I've only been here for 30 days. I understand you've been with Lunchbox since almost the very beginning. What made you decide to take the plunge? Was it Nabil's suave sense of humor?
Yeah, so it's a bit of a funny story. For us, when we took over the company, we ended up spending a lot of time and resources building an online experience through Olo and Level Up, and we were at the point where we were quite frustrated, and we're thinking about potentially building our own tech stack. And I was at dinner when I got an introduction to Nabil remotely, and by the end of that dinner, Nabil has shot me a deck with what Lunchbox was trying to do. Bear Burger was one of the clients at the time, and just really believed in what Nabil and the team were building with Hadi and Andrew was exactly what we were envisioning. And so it's been a great ride, really getting to see it from the very, very beginning to where the product is now and where it's going.
That's great. Thank you. So as new head of product, I want to hear all about the good and about the struggles. So tell me a little bit about what you love about our product today and some things that could use improvement.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think from day one, part of the appeal has been that it's extremely user friendly for guests, right? That at the end of the day, obviously, as we got into COVID, online ordering became more and more important. There's some of our locations that 90% of the business started to come from online orders, and so that's always been at the core of what's great about Lunchbox. For us, I come from both a finance and investing background, and that's part of the area where Lunchbox is still growing today in terms of reporting, in terms of really making sure that things are as thorough and deep as possible, and that just comes with time. And but overall, it's come leaps and bounds from. Honestly, it'd be fun to look at some of the old reports and stuff like that from the first early days. But it's awesome to see where the product has come over the last few years.
We should do a flashback like that in our next quarter. Cool. So just to wrap things up, what are some topics that you'd like to see us talk about and address in the advisory council?
For sure. For the part of the reason why we use Lunchbox compared to using, for example, Toast online ordering or using another player is because our goal is to be using a best-in-class solution, and we want to ensure that Lunchbox continues to be a best-in-class solution. And so part of that is obviously making sure that the features that are working today continue to work and get optimized. But a big part of continuing to ensure that Lunchbox is an innovator and part of the future is is innovation and what's on the horizon. What are we seeing on third parties? What are we seeing from guests? What do we anticipate being our biggest needs? And really continuing to innovate. Obviously, that's how Lunchbox got to where it is today, and continuing to put the foot on the gas and continuing to make the product better than ever, and releasing features that people didn't even know that they needed.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dan, for talking with me today and with all of us. I'm really psyched to continue this conversation over the next few weeks and months with the customer advisory board. So everyone, if you're interested in being on the advisory board, shoot Nabil an email, text him, call him, go to his house, knock on the door. I think I'm passing it back over to Rachel. I think unless Nabil's banging has stopped. Oh, we can hear you now.
Yes, yes.
Great.
The pain of not hearing my own voice it's too much. Dan, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Thank you and by the way, this was Dan's idea, and that's why as soon as he shared this great idea, I said, this is your problem. You are the first member to join the council, and he said happily. So thank you, Dan. Really appreciate you. And Yael, thank you, our new head of product. She, by the way, a little bit background on her. She's worked on incredible product like Sapphire, Grubhub, AOL, Patch, among many others. So happy to have Yael join the team and make us better. And with that, I'm going to pass the baton to Rachel Nazhan, our head of Biz Ops. I'll let her introduce herself because her resume is quite long and impressive. She's going to take you through some incredible cross-functional improvements we're making throughout the company, and the entire company is coming together to make this happen. So who better than our head of Biz Ops to tell you a little bit about it?
Excellent. Thank you, Nabil. I'm sorry to make you leave the party behind, but glad to have you back and coming through clearly. So hello, nice to see everyone. My name is Rachel. I head up our operations function here at Lunchbox. As you saw earlier, we couldn't be more excited about our new brand and updated voice. And in addition to that image, we're working super hard behind the scenes to bring you the information that you need to get engaged, get educated, and really stay ahead of the curve. So first up, we've got our new amazing website. If you've not spent enough time here, I encourage you to carve out some time this afternoon. It's award-winning experience, and it is hopefully showing our passion for the industry. So along with this website, we are serving up a number of incredible resources for our restaurant partners and industry enthusiasts in general. So first here, data. We know that data is everywhere. We know that data is powerful. It's a new phenomenon for restaurants to have such untethered access to this content, but access doesn't mean much if you don't know how to use it. So we've put together an amazing ebook to help educate everyone on how to leverage that to engage new customers and retain your existing and really drive that growth that you're looking for. Next up, we know that the landscape of the restaurant industry is daunting. There's new things coming out every day, and it can be hard to feel like you can keep up. What Lunchbox has done is we've put together a one-stop shop for amazing industry resources. We've aggregated the best of the best, from trends on alternative meats to CPG to ghost concepts. We bring together the news from industry resources such as The Counter and Hungry by Matt Newman, and amazing podcasts and other pieces of information so you can stay up to date and ahead of the trend. Finally, on the resources piece, we know that Ghost is the gold rush of the restaurant industry. So there's a ton happening in the space. There's an infinite amount of information to be consumed, but we want to make sure we're providing everyone with the foundations to create a strong start. So we've put together a guide that gives you the tips you need to build a strong brand that's resilient, that stands out amongst the rest, and really gives you the ability to make your dream a reality. So while Lunchbox is an incredible pulse on the industry as a whole, we know that you and your teams are who is on the front lines. And so we want your ideas to feed the future of Lunchbox as a whole. We want to make sure that we're doubling down on creating that best-in-class operating system for managing your restaurant's digital experience. So we've created a number of ways to engage you in the conversation, and one of them I am thrilled to bring to us live today. And hopefully we're seeing what I'm seeing here. So we have our roadmap feature, and what we'd love to do is hear your voice and encourage you to join the conversation and submit your ideas on how we can continue to grow the Lunchbox offering. So what we encourage everyone to do, create an account, jump in, share your thoughts. You can easily submit an idea here of what you might be looking for. Bob walked us through an incredible list of resources. Dan from the Voice of Wings Over has a lot of great things to say as well. We know that there's amazing topics on your mind, like integrations. Flyby is a great new one. There's a wonderful conversation going here. You can see excellent thought partners like Zeno. Zeno is practically a part of the Lunchbox team at this point, but his day job is, of course, serving up amazing food. We've delivered a lot of amazing results, and it's thanks to those engaging with the features and the content. And you can also engage with different types of categories, see where conversation is headed, and understand where these ideas are going. So things like targeted notifications, drilling into that data, understanding what you can do with the product is an incredible resource. So in addition to hearing your voice, we're looking ahead to the future, but we're ensuring that you're supported today. So we're doubling down on resources like our support center. It's already an incredible home base for many of you to visit, and we're continuing to make it even better. So we've got really talented folks behind the scenes. Shout out to Adrian, who is working tirelessly to put together really best in class content. There's a lot of hot topics in here, things like catering management, awarding loyalty, discount configuration, custom tipping will get its day in the sun. And we're adding something in the neighborhood of 4 to 5 articles every single week and ensuring that everything that we hear from you is getting answered as soon as possible. You can get to this resource from support.lunchbox.io or the admin panel. So if you're in the Lunchbox backend, you can see that directly or on our website. And finally, the status center. So we've heard your feedback. We hear you. We know that our products need to work so that you can work. And so in terms of our culture of transparency, we're doubling down on providing the information that you need. So we're building and shipping a status page that allows you to proactively check in on the health of the platform. So the status page will address everything from the Lunchbox core offerings all the way through to the key integration partners that you rely on, like the Toast integrations and Stripe Payment Center. We'll also show you the current state from under maintenance to in progress or under review and anything that might need to be resolved. And we're committed to providing proactive communication to you and your partners to ensure that if anything is amiss, you're the first to know, and most importantly, what steps are in place to resolve it quickly. All the resources you see here are linked on our website at the bottom of the page. They're available to you 24/7. And we are so grateful to have you all as partners and look forward to continuing to drive the future together. And on that note, I would love nothing more than to pass the mic to Adriana, our incredible studio lead, to walk us through some success stories. Welcome, welcome, Adriana.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Hi, everyone. I'm Adriana Desmond. I lead our studio team here at Lunchbox, and I'm here to share with you some of the amazing wins our partners and customer success team have worked so hard to achieve over the past quarter. On the next slide, I am thrilled to share the story of Clean Juice, a tasty juice bar franchise with over 100 locations across the US. Their team, comprised of some of the sharpest marketing folks I've met in this industry, and with the support of our team here at Lunchbox, have seen some amazing growth on their first-party platforms. So to dive into those numbers, OPU, orders per user, is up 31% for a whopping 10.8 orders per year per user. And with careful attention and investment into their loyalty program, utilizing personalized messaging channels and nurturing their customers further into their ecosystem, Clean Juice has seen a 55% increase in spend per guest this past year, which is no small deal. And then on top of that, their highly engaged customer base, the gas has never let up on prospecting new customers. So Clean Juice saw a 20% increase on the number of new users they're winning year over year. And then moving on from Clean Juice to another one of our amazing partners, Tallulah's. Tallulah's is a counter service eatery serving classic Mexican dishes. They have 2 locations in Rhode Island. And what I love most about this story is you can see how Lunchbox not only works for large franchisees like Clean Juice, but can also make a big impact for business owners in the mid-market space. So with Lunchbox, Kelly, the owner of Tallulah's, has been able to launch exclusively on first party with 0 third-party presence and really take ownership of her digital storefront. With 100% of her digital sales coming through first party, Tallulah's is maximizing their profits per customer and really owning that first-party data. And since launching with Lunchbox, they have seen a 5% lift in their overall sales, and month-over-month downloads are increasing by 76%. So really just showcasing how much their customer base has adopted this product and not needed third party to have the digital landscape. So before I move on to Studio, I want to take a second to recognize some of the feedback that we've gotten from our partners. Many of you have expressed your concerns with the frequent changing of hands, and we've definitely heard you. Moving forward, all partners will be assigned one main point of contact, their customer success manager, from the very start of their relationship with Lunchbox and throughout the longevity of their life with Lunchbox. This person will be your advocate and will really help you streamline communication throughout all of the inner working departments of Lunchbox. So we heard you, and we're definitely working on it. And moving on from there, I am very excited to jump into Studio. And the next slide here. So if you're not familiar with the Studio team, you can go to the next slide. We are essentially a digital agency within Lunchbox. We have a team of dedicated and fantastic graphic designers who can help with anything from on-premise signage to landing pages to social posts and more. We have our marketing success partners who are here to support our restaurant partners in their growth strategies, our project manager and lead designer who keep us focused and looking great, and soon to be performance marketer who will be spearheading proactive data-driven analysis and support for our partners. And then in addition to our team, we have a box of carefully curated tools to help automate and personalize your customer engagement strategies. One in particular that I am super excited to tell you about, but first we'll get into a little bit of our work this past quarter. So moving on to the next slide. Garden Catering is an 8-location destination for nugget fanatics. In this particular example, we worked with the multi-talented and lovely Stacy Kane, who heads up marketing at Garden Catering. Stacy put together a comprehensive paid ad strategy for prospecting and retargeting third-party guests, and Lunchbox Studio was lucky enough to support this campaign with the design and creation of multiple animated ads that ran across Facebook's advertising platforms. So you can see on the left here, Garden Catering's gorgeous food, accompanied by eye-catching typography and movement. Just a really great example of how we can work together with your existing teams to drive traffic. And then moving on to the next slide, which is featuring Uncooked. So Uncooked is very cool. They're a vegan restaurant in Chicago with 6 of their locations on Lunchbox and some very big plans for the future. The team there is amazing and so fun to work with. Recently, we had a chat with the Uncooked team around their newest location, which is actually open far later than the rest of their locations, and how we could increase awareness and drive traffic to those particular open late locations. So we came up with the idea of dark moding their brand and pushing content across all of their social channels as well as an app. So our studio designers created a series of emails, in-app marketing, animated social posts, and bag inserts to help get the word out. You can see here on the left, we've included some light animation to catch the eye and really compelling visuals paired with some nice typography. So absolutely love how this project came out and love working with the Uncooked team. And we'll move on to Fuku next. Nice. So Fuku has been with Lunchbox for some time with both app and web, but over the past year have focused primarily on promoting their web platform. And this past fall, when Fuku was ready to, turn on marketing for their app and start pushing out content, we were there to help. So to help with the relaunch of their app at Rock Center and Hudson Yards in New York City, we created bag inserts, social posts, and emails to help communicating the exciting new app. After getting the word out, Fuku saw a 649% increase in app downloads month over month. And what I would really like to drive home here, aside from the fact that these emails are gorgeous and Fuku's food is amazing and it's not hard to make it look good, is that your app will not market itself. A common misconception is that if you build it, they will come, and that really is just not the case. What Fuku shows here is that with a little marketing, you can drive a lot of traffic towards first party, and Studio is here to help you with that. And with that, I am thrilled to announce on the next slide the rollout of our new and improved emphasis on improved email marketing tool. We will be transitioning out of our old tool and into customer.io by the end of this year. We heard you, we listened, we iterated. This tool is much more easy to use and pulls in more data points, has a plethora of integrations available to you, like SMS, for example, which I know a lot of you have been asking for. I actually showed this tool to Doug over at Wing Shack Wings yesterday, and I think we were all close to screaming at one point over the possibilities in this tool. So if you have any questions on the transition, you can reach out to your customer success or marketing partner at Lunchbox. Otherwise, we'll be sending out comms around this soon. Very, very excited for customer.io. And with that, I will hand it back to Nabil.
Adriana, amazing job. Thank you so much. Our studio team is a team that tells you more than, hey, if you build it, hey, if we give you all this tool, what can you do it? How can you use it? To have that team has been so much fun. It was a small bet that we did not know where it was going to go, but it has become a very important part of our company. So thank you, Adriana, for leading that, and thank you for telling us about all our customers and showing us all those beautiful food photos. Next slide is interesting. I know we promised online we're giving away t-shirts, but I hate t-shirt giveaways. There's few things I hate more than t-shirt giveaways. So we've decided we're going to give away one flamethrower. What do you guys think about that? Legal doesn't know, and CFO doesn't know either. Do we have a live image of the flamethrower? There's only 20,000 of these that are made. It's from the Boring Company. It's Elon Musk's pet project. There you go. There it is. You don't get the canister. You just get that. There's only 20,000 of these bad boys made. And we thought rather than giving away 100 t-shirts, we'll give away one of these to our favorite questions. So let's take off Zach off the screen. Also, this was Zach's idea. If legal or any of our investors are here, not my idea. I am, but just super vanilla. I would never do anything that crazy. So that's what we have a bunch of questions we have to answer. That's what one person gets, right? We'll pick one at random. I'll get the name. Savannah, who's put together this entire event, will send me a name and we'll give it to them. And that's what we're giving out. No t-shirt, but one flamethrower. And the reason we want you to have a flamethrower is because we want you to, cook, right? We want you to, make s'mores or barbecue or creme brulee or something, right? So that's why we're giving it, because it's a cooking device. First question, can I have the flamethrower? Yvonne, Panjulianan. No, you may not. That's an easy one. All right, we got one from Cullen Trevino. Web app studio marketing CRM, loyalty catering subscription, pocket kiosk, and e-gift cards. Can you hint what feature number 9 will be for Lunchbox? I don't know, Bob. What do you want to do this? I don't want to put you on the spot, but
yeah, I don't know. Like I think as a group, I think it'd be great to get insight from everyone as far as what we think is that next step. But I really think it's going to be really around helping to facilitate and really grow Ghost Kitchen experience, Ghost Kitchen presence, because that's really the direction that the industry is going, and really to help our restaurants with tools that empower them to have that online presence for those ghost concepts. So I think that's one direction that is really going to push us forward and just push the restaurants forward across the board.
Yep. There's another question here I'm seeing. What's keeping the leadership team up at night? I'll answer that, and any of the other leaders, you can jump in and answer. The thing I worry about is, am I leveling up appropriately as the CEO, and when am I not? That keeps me up at night. I wish to be better. I wish I'm getting more coaching. I'm asking the right questions. I'm listening enough. I'm empowering our people. I worry about that. That's keeping me up at night. Anyone else? Also, the questions are flooding in now that the flamethrower was seen. I got 10 questions in the last minute now that you guys know that we're getting a flamethrower. So anyone else, any of the other leaders of what keeps you up at night? Yael?
I was just going to say, as a new leader, what keeps me up at night is not necessarily knowing what keeps our restaurant partners up at night. So I want to know what keeps our partners up at night, so that I can get my team to think about solutioning.
Okay, awesome. Yeah. Anyone else wants to go? If not, we can keep moving. We don't have to do a round robin. Everyone doesn't have to go. So Yael is a new leader. She wants to know all of it. That's what keeps her up at night. For me, as exec team, especially me, are we leveling up appropriately? Okay, let's keep moving. Where does LB see itself positioned in the Go space in a year from now? I'll tell you where we see ourselves today. We see ourselves as the winner and the most important partner to the Ghost category. So in a year from now, hopefully we keep that foothold, but that's what we see today. So I'll take that one. Serious question, is there opportunity for a Lunchbox affiliate program? Reach out to Nabil at lunchbox.io. I can tell you more. I will connect you with their marketing team. Greg Bachhold, wonderful, very handsome profile picture of one of our employees. I know him. He's not a rando. What are some of the unique data points or analytics that we're able to provide through the marketplace cloud solution? I'll let Adriana or Bob take this.
Do you want to start, Adriana?
No, go ahead, Bob.
All right. So really from a data standpoint, it's really around ordering, loyalty, and patron data. So who are placing the orders? What do the orders look like? What is the consistency of those orders? What's being ordered? How often, et cetera. And then from loyalty, how are they engaging with your loyalty programs? How often? What is that frequency? And what types of loyalty rewards are they redeeming? So that's really the insights that we're going to be able to provide with this platform. But it's a great question.
Yes, and then on the studio side, we have over 40 data points that we collect and use in targeted workflows so that you can really become personalized and targeted in how you send out communications to your customers.
Amazing. Thank you so much, team. Someone said, hey, can I get the recording? You will get the recording, and you'll get a 5-minute version as well for your CEO, who I'm sure doesn't have an attention span that's better than mine because we don't know how to focus, says my product team. And next question for product. What is the one product you're the most proud of that you've built? I'll hand this to Bob.
I think the thing that I'm most proud of is actually what we've done around the Ghost space. As the industry has really shifted over the past year, not only have our restaurant partners had to really transition, but also Lunchbox as a whole had to really adapt our product as patrons were driven outside of the restaurant to a more online type presence. So I'm really proud of our team really adapting and standing up this marketplace as the industry shifted to help support our restaurants as they did have to go to a more virtual digital presence.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
You're
Anyone
welcome.
else? Anyone else outside of product? Anything you guys are proud of that we've put out there? Okay. All right. I'll keep moving because we have a lot of questions. Another question. This question was for Dan from Dan of Wings Over. Question was, how was the migration from Level Up to Lunchbox? I'll connect you with Dan. Reach out to me so I can give you an unfiltered version. Level Up was not great. That's not a state secret. So we're very proud that we started this company because of Level Up when I was using Level Up at Bear Burger. So that's how this company was born. So I actually owe them a lot of money because they were inspiration for why we started. But I'll connect you with Dan directly. I'll let you chat operator to operator. And that question was from Ayon Ayob. Don't be upset at me for mispronouncing. I grew up in the Middle East. I should have come close. Question from Tommy Sardo. Which t-shirt will be worn for asking a question? Tommy, you will never win a t-shirt. I've known Tommy for a decade, and I will rig it against him every chance I get. There's a question from Ashwin Kamlani. Is there something that Lunchbox can do to help restaurants understand more about customer intent, analytics about customer behavior as they are using the platform? It's a great question for Adriana.
Yeah, so on the studio side, we implement Google Tag Manager, which is a tagging system that lets us track all of the standard e-commerce analytics points. So whether someone is adding something to cart, abandoning cart, when's the last time they ordered, how they got to your page, who they are, how old they are, what their demographic is, what they like to do outside of your restaurant. And we can use all of those data points to educate ourselves in how we message your customers. And on top of that, on the product side, we've implemented recently a tool called Full Story, which really allows us to granularly track customers' paths that they're taking throughout the app and where there's any points of frustration or contention within our products and iterate based on those data points.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Adriana. There's a question from Alfonso Abreu. Are there any plans for virtual P&L modeling and reporting? How to keep a P&L by virtual brand? where infrastructure and resource costs are divided up. This is a tough question for me to answer live, and I would love to throw one of my PM product leaders under the bus and have them answer it, but I rather we talk. So someone share my email, Alfonso, let's get you in a room with one of our product leaders and we'll chat and see if there's plans there. So that one's tough. You definitely don't get the flamethrower for asking tough questions. These are supposed to be softballs. Like, what's your favorite ice cream? What do you do after dinner? Or what dessert do you have after dinner, which is also ice cream. Can I cosplay as Charizard? No. What's keeping up the leadership team up at night is Nick has a question for the studio team. Is there any legal worries we should be concerned about regarding SMS? Also, with geo-targeted push notification, would we be able to track statistics as well? Guests who swiped the notification or interacted versus did not?
Yeah, so for the first part of that question, as long as we have an opt-in, you should be covered with the legalities there. And most SMS providers do have that flow, and we'll ensure that you do. And then, Nabil, could you please repeat the second half of the question?
Second question is regarding geo-targeted push notification. Will they see more data than how many people they reached out to? Because I guess Nick is a former Level Up user. He's asking at Level Up we couldn't see anything. Well, he's asking, can we see a little bit more than just, hey, we send it out to 10,000 people. Can we see open rate as well on the push notification?
Yeah, so I think that actually might be more of a product question, Bob or Rachel, if you wanted to take, or Yal.
Yep, I would say from a push notification standpoint, when you are targeting to a specific audience, we will be able to show you the results and the overall engagement with that push notification from your guests. So that is going to be part of our platform to really give you that insight. So you can use that insight to really tailor it for future communications with your guests. Great question.
Amazing. All right, we have a couple more questions and then we're done. What will dominant fulfillment channel in the future look like? Will it be pickup or delivery? I can answer that. It's not going to be dine-in, is my answer. Right now, primary ordering method is dine-in. Right now, there's 700,000 or so kitchens in the country. Those kitchens are going to be 3, 4, 5 brands. That is the optimal way of conducting a business. Right now, it is considered maybe a sign of shame that you're letting your kitchen make something else. That is not real. That is a restaurant stigma that we need to get out of. We need to go ahead and make sure that we are building lean models. And that's why I'm so excited about Ghost Concepts. So I don't know if it's pickup or delivery, but it's not going to be dine-in the future of us. And we are excited to be at the forefront of that off-premise revolution, if you will. Sorry, and if I had to pick between pickup or delivery, I would say it's going to be pickup, right? Just because we are looking at our data is 50-50. I'm trying to get everyone to pick up because picking up is the same as shopping local. The excitement we have for shop local is the same as pickup. It is better for everyone. It is the best thing you can do for your favorite restaurant. So do that. Do more of that. Ghost Kitchen means there. Ghost Kitchens mean there are multi-restaurant in the one facility. Are you guys have any plans to add order from multi-restaurant from one cart system? Jay Chang Lee, we have that. We have that live. Epic Kitchen, if you were there for it, that's what they have. And it looks absolutely gorgeous. Maybe the presenter can go back to the Epic Kitchen slide. You can have multiple brands all in one platform, one system, mix and match. Don't get into any fights with your partners or your kids or your parents, and you get something delivered to you where everyone is happy. So we have that today. Hans Marshalek, can I locate myself in any Ghost facility, Kitchen United, Cloud Kitchens, and use your product? 1000%. Questions from Martin Jeffers. I already hate this question. Have you ever seen Hadi and, oh no, this is not a bad question. Have you ever seen Hadi and Drake in the same room? I never have. I've never seen it. It's never happened. Question from Hans again. Would Lunchbox fund any outstanding Ghost ideas, kind of like upcoming online restaurant competition? I love nothing more than to burn through our investors' capital. So please email me, nabil@lunchbox.io. Let's chat. We have another question from, and last question from Randall. Can we see Zach demo the flamethrower? I don't think we can do that. Actually, the last question is this. Can we use our flamethrower? A lot of flamethrower question I'm skipping. What's your favorite Lunchbox success story? I can tell that story and we can end it. Leaders, anything you wanted to answer before we wrap up? Okay.
That's amazing.
All right. Question is favorite Lunchbox success story. I think my favorite Lunchbox success story is Mexico. I read an article about Mexican Eater. They didn't even tell us because, when you're a restaurateur, you're so busy. Last thing you care about is, oh, here's some press, read it, right? And they said that they had to let go of all their, a lot of their, this is when the pandemic started, they had to let go of a lot of their folks. And in the Eater article, they said that and they don't do any third-party ordering, they do only Lunchbox, because of the success of Lunchbox, because of their food and what their food means to their community, because of off-premise, they were able to hire some of those people they had to let go back. And I think that's incredible. I think if we can add one job, if we can support one job, I think that's a great story. It's cheesy, but I 50% of all jobs in the country are restaurant jobs. So 50% of everyone in this room, your first job was a restaurant job. And I think it means a lot to a lot of people, not just who are young and getting their first job as a teenager, but for a lot of people, it's their livelihood. So that is my favorite Lunchbox success story. Go to Mexico, get some of their tacos. Love them, big fans of everything they do. All right, we have to pick a winner for the Flamethrower. And the winner it's Hans Marszalek, the gentleman who asked a couple of questions about ghost concepts. So Hans, ping us. I have my email, I sent it to you. Reach out to us. We will send you this Flamethrower, which is a cooking device. It's not a flamethrower, actually. It's a cooking device. Enjoy this cooking device to make s'mores. And Adriana says also creme brulee. Congrats, Hans. Team, thank you everyone for coming to our summit. We spent a little bit more than an hour. Thank you so much for letting us present to you. Thank you to our incredible product and engineering team. Thank you to our customer success and studio team for all their hard work. We have 30 people that make the people who are in this room look good. So we are here because of all their hard work. Thank you. Ping us, email us if there's any questions we didn't answer. You all are the best. Appreciate it. Bye.